At exactly 6:45 a.m., the grand concourse of Westbridge International Airport hummed with the energy of the day's first travelers, suitcases rolling, coffee cups clinking, muffled announcements echoing through the polished marble halls. The business-class lounge gleamed under the soft lights, a tranquil oasis above the chaos. Among the sea of sharply dressed executives, a young man in a simple black hoodie, joggers, and sneakers tapped his phone calmly, oblivious to the curious glances from other passengers who mistook him for an underdressed wanderer rather than who he really was, the only son of Africa's wealthiest black billionaire, Charles Mensah. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell to get notified for more, share to friends. Where are you watching from? Please tell us in the comments. We love seeing how far our story goes. Leon Mensah didn't care much for appearances. Raised on discipline rather than luxury, he learned from an early age that money only magnified a person's character. It didn't replace it. His father believed in humility first, wealth second. That morning, Leon booked a commercial flight, refusing the family jet, determined to prove he could exist outside the gilded cage he was born into. As the boarding gate for Flight 317 buzzed open, passengers began to form a loose, impatient queue. Leon rose, slung his backpack over one shoulder, and joined them quietly. A petite flight attendant with striking red lipstick and a sharp navy uniform paced along the line, her heels clicking authoritatively against the tiled floor. Her badge read, Ms. Harper. She scanned Leon up and down, her nose wrinkling slightly at his casual appearance. "Excuse me," she said briskly, tapping his shoulder with a manicured finger. "This line is for business-class passengers only." Leon glanced at her, confused but polite. "I know," he replied simply. Ms. Harper narrowed her eyes. "I'm going to need to see your ticket." Without a word, Leon handed it over. The flight attendant snatched it, her face shifting through confusion, annoyance, and finally disbelief as she saw the gleaming first-class elite stamp across the top. "Humph," she muttered under her breath, thrusting it back into his hand without apology. Leon, too seasoned to be rattled by petty behavior, shrugged it off and moved forward. Once inside the aircraft, tensions continued to rise. Ms. Harper's sharp eyes followed him suspiciously as he stowed his backpack and took his window seat in 1A. Moments later, as the plane began boarding economy passengers, a baby cried, a suitcase tumbled over, and the aisle grew increasingly chaotic. Somewhere in that storm, Ms. Harper barked orders, adjusted luggage, and snapped at passengers to hurry up with all the patience of a ticking time bomb. 30 minutes into the flight, the first clash came. Leon, adjusting his seat, reached up to call for water. Ms. Harper stormed over, slamming a small plastic cup onto his tray